The Fredrika Bremer Association, Swedish, Fredrika-Bremer-Förbundet, abbreviated FBF, is the oldest women's rights organization in Sweden. It is a member of the International Alliance of Women, which has general consultative status with the United Nations. Activity. The FBF works with forming public opinion in favor of gender equality by information and activities, and by handing out money from various funds and scholarships. It collaborates with other organizations with similar goals both nationally and internationally. The FBF had a representative in the Governmental Council of Equality. History. The organization was founded in 1884 by a group largely consisting of the board of the women's magazine Home Review. It consisted of the feminist Sophie Adler-Spar, Ellen Ankarsvard, Fredrika Limnell, Ellen Fries, Hans Hildebrand and G. Sjöberg. It was named in honor of the Swedish novelist Fredrika Bremer, whose novel Hertha was responsible for the legislation emancipating unmarried women from wardship of their male relatives. It also led to the foundation of Göteborgs kvinnoförening in Sweden's second city of Gothenburg, which was founded as a local answer to the FBF. The purpose of the organization was to support women's rights, to inform women of their rights and to encourage them to use them. At the time of its foundation, for example, the focus was to inform women of their rights to serve in the boards of public institutions, and of the rights of women of a certain income to vote in municipal elections and to use those rights. By 1890, the office of the organization in Stockholm functioned as an employment agency for women of the middle classes, and offered juridical, economical and medical information and advice to women. It was also noted at that time that many women came there to be informed of the movement for women's suffrage. In 1899, a delegation from the FBF presented a suggestion of woman suffrage to Prime Minister Erik Gustaf Boström. The delegation was headed by Agda Montelius, accompanied by Gertrud Delborg, who had written the demand. This was the first time the Swedish women's movement themselves had officially presented a demand for suffrage. In 1896, the Married Woman Property Association was merged in the association. Publications. The FBF published the women's magazine Dagny, which succeeded Adler-Spar's Home Review in 1886. This publication was renamed Hertha in 1914 and was the oldest women's magazine in the world when it was discontinued in the late 1990s. Chairpersons. 1884 to 1903. Hans Hildebrand. 1903 to 1920. Agda Montelius. 1920 to 1937. Lisinka Dierson. 1937 to 1949. Hannah Rydh, 1949 to 1958. Elsa Uelof, 1958-1959. Ellen Lauritsen, 1959 to 1961. Ingela John Hovud, 1961 to 1967. Anna Greta Hybernet, 1967 to 1970. Astrid Schönberg, 1970 to 1976. Karin Arland, 1976 to 1982. Birgitta Wistrand, 1982 to 1985. Monica Palsson, 1985 to 1989. Gerd Forsell, 1989-1990. Anne Egefork, 1990-1991. Iva Lilja, 1991 to 1997. Inga Garstedt, 1997 to 2000. Anna Karin Sjöstrand, 2000 to 2004. Irene Rundberg, 2004 to 2008. Anne Forkinger, 2008 to 2013. Birgitta Wistrand, 2013. Louise Lindfors, Stig Hedenius, Torbjörn Nielsen and Gunnar Aselius. Swedish. Sveriges historia. Vad varje svensk bör veta. History of Sweden. What every Swede should know.